Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivracharya Srotra Sri Sri Madhavi's Divine Grace Abhay Charna Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem Sikho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki Vrindavan Dham ki Mathura Dham ki Navadip Dham ki Shri Jagannath Swami ki Yamuna Mai ki Srimati Tulsi Devi ki Samved Bhakta Vrinda ki Nitai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bir Krishna Goswami Niti Namne Namoham Sanikashaya Prabhupada Priyate Shruti Dashti Nishtha Bentasya Vakyanuvadine. Good morning, Hare Krishna to everyone. So welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class, brought to you live on ISKCON Sydney YouTube, Mayapur TV, and also Facebook page. So welcome also to our online viewers. Thank you for watching and giving me your feedback every time. It's good to have interesting feedbacks and some enlightening tips also. So thanks for watching. So this morning we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, and we are reading from Canto 3, Chapter 29, and Chapter 29 is titled Explanation of Devotional Service, and we are reading from text 6. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nasta Prayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Okay. Maitreya Uvacha Iti Maturvacha Shlakshanam Pratinandya Mahamuni Abhase Kuru Shreshta Pitastam Karunar Ritaha Maitreya Uvacha Iti Maturvacha Shlakshanam Pratinandya Mahamuni Abha She Kuru Shreshta Pritastam Karunarditaha Maitreya Uvacha Itir Maturvacha Shlakshanam Pratinandya Mahamuni Abha She Kuru Shreshta Pritastam Karunarditaha. Maitreya uvacha. Itirmatrurvacha shlakshanam. Pratinandya mahamuni. Abhabhase kuru shrestha. Pritastam karunarditaha. Maitreya uvacha. Itirmaturvacha shlakshanam. Pratinandya mahamuni. Abhabhase kuru shrestha. Pritastam karunarditaha. Maitreya uvacha. Iti maturvacha shlakshanam. Pratinandya mahamuni. Abhavase kuru shrestha. Pritastam karunarditaha. Ladies, anyone? Maitreya uvacha. Maitreya uvacha. Iti matrurvasha shlakshanam. Pratinandya mahamuni. Abhabhase kuru shrestha. Pritastam karunarditaha. Thank you. Well done. So, the words and their meanings. Maitreya uvacha. Maitreya said. Iti. Thus. Matu. Of his mother. Vacha. The words. Slakshanam. Gentle. Pratinandya. Welcoming. Mahamuni. The great sage Kapil. Abhabhase. Spoke. Kuru Shrestha. O best amongst the Kurus. Vidura. Prita. Pleased. Tam. To her. Karuna. With compassion. Ardita. Moved. So the shlok that we just recited, the translation of that and the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So translation reads, Sri Maitreya said, O best amongst the Kurus, the great sage Kapil, moved by great compassion and pleased by the words of his glorious mother, spoke as follows. So we can all repeat. Sri Maitreya said, O best amongst the Kurus, the great sage Kapila, moved by great compassion and pleased by the words of his glorious mother, spoke as follows. Okay, so the purport. Lord Kapila was very satisfied by the request of his glorious mother because she was thinking not only in terms of her personal salvation, but in terms of all the fallen conditioned souls. That's how Vaishnavas should be concerned about all the fallen conditioned souls, not just themselves. The Lord is always compassionate towards the fallen souls of this material world. True. And therefore he comes himself or sends his confidential servants to deliver them. Since he is perpetually compassionate towards them, if some of his devotees also become compassionate towards them, he is very pleased with the devotees. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly stated that persons who are trying to elevate the condition of the fallen souls by preaching the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, namely full surrender unto the personality of Godhead, are very dear to him. Thus, when the Lord saw his beloved mother was very compassionate towards the fallen souls, he was pleased, and he also became compassionate towards her. So this is a very nice topic for the day, compassion. We'll discuss compassion today. Compassion goes hand in hand with preaching. A person who is a preacher is one who tells everybody about Krishna, tells somebody about chanting the holy names. And they only do that if they have compassion, otherwise they're not going to do it. So compassion is very much parallel, practically, means preaching. So a little bit of Mangal Charan. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sva Padantikam Vande Ham Shri Gurum Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivan Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, compassion. What is it that we need from Krishna? What do we need from Krishna? Compassion. When we come and we pray to Krishna, what do we ask him? Please be kind to me, please give me this, please give me that. So, without compassion, there is no God, really. The very essence of God is that he has to have kindness, compassion. For who? For us. Who are we? We are fallen conditioned souls. We have made the mistake of being born in Kali Yuga, in the material world. But we have made a very good choice, and it is not a mistake, it is not an accident, that we are in Krishna's temple and we are praying to him. And we are asking for compassion. So that is a good choice. So what is it that we need from Krishna? We need compassion. So today I'm going to read to you about different kinds of compassion that he sent to us. Different kinds of kindness. Now one of them, and it's a very good one for this day, is for Kali Yuga. 500 years ago he was born as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Krishna also took another birth as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago. His complexion was golden. And why did he come? Well, he told us, he came to teach us how to be a devotee. How? Because we are stupid. We are ignorant. We don't know what is devotion, how to be devoted. So obviously he recited the Bhagavad Gita to Arjun, which we are reading. So that is in his form as Krishna, Lord Krishna. So when he is reciting the Bhagavad Gita to Arjun, he is displaying compassion there. What is compassion? How I can deliver you, how you can stop suffering, how you can go to the spiritual world. So that's Krishna's compassion. But the latest one, 500 years ago, is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's compassion. He had to come. Why did he come? Well, he came to show us how to practice the Bhagavad Gita, what's in the Bhagavad Gita. So we read the Bhagavad Gita, but how to practice it? What is it? So there's two There is one compassion for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, another one is compassion for Lord Krishna himself, but then there is other types of compassion, kindness. Because even despite having Bhagavad Gita, despite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu telling us what to do 500 years ago, we are still stupid, unfortunately. We are still fallen. We are ignorant. We are just insignificant souls. We need to be taught in different ways. So then what does he do? He sends another lot of compassion. There is obviously Narad Muni. So I'll talk a little bit of Narad Muni. But there is Srila Prabhupada right there. So different kinds of compassion. What does compassion mean? It means help. Krishna is sending us help in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is Narad Muni. There is Srila Prabhupada. There is Krishna himself when he wrote the Bhagavad Gita. And ultimately, we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. That's Srila Vyasadeva. There's another lot of compassion. So when we are asking, dear Lord Krishna, where are you? Where is the kindness? Why is there so much suffering? We are all suffering. Where is the kindness? Where is the compassion? We can't see you. But we don't realize he sent the Bhagavad Gita. He sent Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is Chaitanya Charamrita. He sent the temples. He sent Srila Prabhupada. There's sages like Narad Muni. Is a lot of compassion, lot of kindness, but we are too blind to see it. Actually, we don't realize it. So, I'm going to read to you what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did today, and then I'll read a little bit to you about what Krishna did and what is his compassion. And hopefully, if we have time, I will be able to read a little bit more to you about some other types of compassion, because we are always looking for Krishna's compassion. We are always looking for Krishna's compassion, and we wonder why is there so much cruelty. We don't realize that cruelty comes from other souls. It's not coming from Krishna. If somebody is torturing you, if somebody is bothering you, or the disease is bothering you, or there is a flood, or there's some political situation, you're wanting to flee from one country to another, trying to gain a PR from one country to another, it is not Krishna's fault. It is the people, the soul. The souls, the living beings, they are in Maya, and they are in illusion, and they are under the influence of Maya, they are doing all kinds of things that's torturing other living entities. So how do you protect yourself? You are looking for compassion, kindness. Where do you go? You go and fall at the feet of Krishna. And then you say, where is the kindness? I can't see it. And Krishna says, I sent Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I sent Srila Prabhupada. Listen to them. And then Srila Prabhupada has to send his soldiers, like our other initiating gurus. They have compassion. So what is it that they are trying to tell us? Let me read what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling us. Well, first of all, while this is loading, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us something very interesting. And he taught us that love, and this is Srila Prabhupada as well, we love people and we get disappointed in it. And the example that I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what Prabhupada said. First of all, Prabhupada gave this example of Mahatma Gandhi in one of his lectures. Mahatma Gandhi, all of us know who he was. He had intense love for his country. Intense love for his country, that he wanted to free them from whatever British rule or whatever was happening that time. Not only did he have intense love for his country, he had intense love for his countrymen, all the residents. So this is Srila Prabhupada giving us the example of love. So much love. We have that same love for somebody, close to us. And we devote our lives, like Mahatma Gandhi did. He devoted his life to freeing his country. And then Srila Prabhupada said, what happened? What happened was, he was killed by one of his own countrymen. That's a very sad thing. It's traumatic. That doesn't mean the rest of the countrymen didn't love him, but still, he devoted his whole life. So, That's the thing with us as well. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach us what is this love. We are devoting our lives to somebody or something that will eventually destroy us, like Mahatma Gandhi was, because the nature of this world is like that. So what are we supposed to love then? Where are we supposed to invest our energies? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being very compassionate, because we are foolish, we don't know, we are misdirected. So he said, devote your life to loving who? This is a question for you. Who do you love? If you can't love your countrymen, you can't love your country, who do you love? Yes, 100%. You love Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach us that. That is what he taught us. And the degree of his compassion is even more, because at that time there were a lot of demons. Demons, they don't look like monsters, they look like ordinary beings. And we have a lot of demons even now. They look just like us. Some of them look very beautiful, but their qualities are demonic. So Krishna's business, Lord Krishna, he likes to, his pastime, one of his pastimes, he kill the demons. He kills them. Why? Because they are torturing and causing suffering to other living entities. So in order to protect living entities like you and me, he kills them. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, he didn't kill anyone. He didn't even kill the demons. That was so much compassion. Can you imagine? Jagai and Madai, they did all kinds of nasty things. They even made a list of all the bad things they can do, the worst of the things. And it is said that, Yamraj and Yamduts, they were preparing a hell especially for Jagai and Madai. It was being architectured just for them. They were so degraded, horrible. But compassion, they were forgiven. How? They were taught something very valuable. What is that? They were taught of love for Krishna. You can convert even the worst of demons by just love of Krishna. There's a story, Lord Krishna was being attacked by this real big demon, and Krishna decided, okay, this is Krishna, not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was a child, I think he was still. He decided, well, he's not going to fight today. He was not in the mood to kill a demon. So he decided how to deal with this demon. All he did was just smile. He smiled at the demon, and his smile was so beautiful, so compassionate, so full of love. The demon was so confused. He forgot to become a demon. He just forgot being a demon. Krishna just slaughtered him with a smile. He didn't even pick up a weapon. So what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? He did not bring any weapons. When he came down, when Lord Krishna came to us 500 years ago as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he didn't bring any weapons, because that was his compassion. So today the topic is actually compassion. We want to know where Krishna's kindness is. He even, he just brought the Mahamantra, and he just taught us how to love Krishna. You chant Hare Krishna. Last night, this morning, chanting Hare Krishna, everybody's dancing in ecstasy. Nobody's thinking, I'm going to destroy this person today. They must have been concocting in them. Not anybody was doing that here, but still, if there's somebody demonic, if they come to hear the Hare Krishnas, even they are, for that time, while the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is going, they feel the love innate inside their heart. It's there. So, even in the times of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because we're talking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's compassion, they were Mohammedans, like Muslims, and they were against Hindus. They wanted to kill the Hindus in that time because we were chanting Hare Krishna. And the king of those, I think he was, who was it, Qazi? Someone like that, Qazi his name was. He was one of the kings of the Mohammedans, the Muslims. He was the king. And he was asked, who is this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation of God. Even he accepted it. Even he accepted it. And it's written in their books, in their culture. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God. So that's compassion. What are you going to do with the love of Krishna, by the way? Anyone? What are you going to do with love of Krishna? Now that you realize you love Krishna more than your country, than your countrymen, from anybody, what are you going to do? Share it with everyone, yes. Preaching, you preach. And then what is it there for you? Well, this is the end of this life in a miserable world. With this love of Krishna, you will want to serve him where Krishna is present. Where is Krishna present? He is in Goloka Vrindavan. He is in another planet altogether. He lives in, there's an abode that's separate from here. He is in Vrindavan. You want to be where he is, you'll leave everything and you'll go to him. There'll be no more misery, no more unhappiness. So that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's compassion. So let me read very quickly about Lord Krishna's compassion. Now, I had read this and I'm just trying to, what it is. There's a very famous saying in the Bhagavad Gita, very famous shlok, not saying, shlok, that we always recite. The very famous one, even the Bollywood movies, they recite it. What is that one? Yeah, correct. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. And then apyuthanam adharmasya tadat shrijamyam paritranam sadhunam vinashayat duskritam dharma sanstha nathayak sambhavami yuge yuge. Now that shlok, the famous one, is Krishna's compassion. What does that mean? Well, whenever there is a dharma, whenever there is torturing of living entities, what does he do? He comes down to save us. Every time, every single time, every yuga, he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's compassion. Now, why are we suffering in the first place? Well, we decided to. We wanted to enjoy this, that. We wanted to torture this soul. We wanted this. We were selfish. So we had to pay a price for our actions. That's why we came down here. And when we came down here, we realized it's hell. It's not enjoyment. So then Krishna's a poor soul. They chose to come down here, but now I've got to go and save them. So he comes down. And the demons are very nasty. They have got an abode of their own, Patal Lok, wherever they stay. But they always are very, very deceptive. Sometimes they hide in the ocean. Sometimes they used to hide in the ocean. That's why Agastya Muni was asked, there's a very highly, elevated sage, Agastya Muni. He was told, go and drink that ocean. Because the demons were hiding there. So Agastya Muni, he drank the whole ocean. And the demons came out at that time. And then he was asked, now put the ocean back. He said, I can't do it. I've digested the ocean. I can't imagine somebody drinking the whole ocean. Anyway, that's a different story. How the ocean comes back is a different story. But the demons were hiding in the ocean that time. Now, where are the demons hiding now? Well, during the time Krishna came, when there's a Mahabharat going on, war, the demons took birth as kings. So they came down to the planet and they became, Jarasandh, and this son, then that son, that Asur, Kamsa. They came as demons and there were all kinds of demons. So Krishna had to organize a whole Mahabharat battle to kill them. And who was going to kill them? Arjun. And his compassion, he told in the Bhagavad Gita, kill them, kill. So then he destroyed the demons there. So what about demons now? Well, demons in Kali Yuga, this is our times, they decided to take birth within Brahmins and Vaishnavas. It's in you and me. Yeah. So from Patal Lok to the ocean to the, taking birth as kings, and now is in your house, everyone's house. So we have to kill that demon with, we have to curb our behavior. Sometimes we can get nasty. We have to always chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, always have to be devotees. We always have to exercise compassion. We have to preach the glories of the names, to fight the demons within ourselves. within, and they said that demons are so clever, they will take birth in a Vaishnav family also. So sometimes you'll say, oh, the parents are highly devoted. How come they've got a son like this? How come they've got a daughter like this? The parents are devotees. Demons, this is the... So I'm not saying you look at somebody's son and say, hey, you are a demon. No. You recognize a demon by their behavior. Yeah. So that's Krishna's compassion. Krishna promised, and then I will read a little bit about some instances. Krishna's compassion, the story goes on and on and on. Many stories. Like when Bhishma Pitama, he was lying in the ocean, arrows, right? Remember? Do you remember that one? Lots of arrows. He was suffering like anything. It says that there was not even a space of one finger between one arrow and the other. Arjun fired so many arrows on Bhishma Pitama. My gosh. And because he had this will to die on his own accord, he was not dying, even with so many arrows everywhere. He was not dying. Suffering was incredible. Imagine, I put a pin in you and you will scream. So many arrows in Bhishma's body. So suffering was incredible. Krishna came at that time, and he came to see him after the battle of Kurukshetra. And Krishna's compassion, he's God, right? Nothing moves him, we think. He had tears in his eyes when he came to see Bhishma Pitama. Krishna was crying. He had tears to see somebody suffering. Krishna cannot see suffering of his devotees. He cannot. So Bhishma's problem was he fought for Duryodhan. Right? He fought for Duryodhan's side to protect the kingdom, because he said, I'll always protect the kingdom. Whoever's ruling it, I'll fight from their side. So that was his mistake. And still, Krishna came and helped him, saved him, and Krishna cried looking at his sufferings. Krishna doesn't have to do anything. He's God. He can delegate. Oh, go and help that person. Go and help that person. He's busy playing the flute and dancing in Vrindavan. He doesn't have to, but he did come down. So that is Krishna's compassion. But that's not all. Even Krishna's devotees are compassionate. Narad Muni. So we come to Narad Muni now. Narad Muni, what did he do? He saved Prahlad. Prahlad Maharaj was the son of Hiranyakashipu, the biggest demon. And his father, right, Hiranyakashipu was the father, he was torturing his son, Prahlad. From the birth, Prahlad was going Hari Om, or Om Hari, or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, or Hare Krishna. And his father would try to torture him, kill him, boil him in oil, throw him from the cliffs, throw him through the snakes, because he was worshipping Lord Vishnu. Why was he worshipping Lord Vishnu? When he was in his mother's tummy, Prahlad Maharaj, Kayadu was his mother's name. He was, Narad Muni was preaching to Kayadu, and little Prahlad in the womb of his mother was listening at everything. He became a devotee. That's compassion. So anyone who turns anybody into a devotee is a compassionate soul. That's the whole point. So Narad Muni was compassionate. And another time, Narad Muni, he was walking through the forest, and he saw a bird dying, half living, suffering. Then he goes a little bit further, there's a deer, almost killed, half dying, half living. Somebody had tortured the bird, somebody had tortured the deer. Then he went some other place, another animal. So he was thinking, wow, these animals, these birds are not even living. Somebody has done something to them, injured them and almost killed them, but hasn't killed them. Who could have done such a bad thing? He's compassionate. Let me save these animals. So he goes a bit further and he sees a hunter. His name is Magrari. And the hunter, he says, why did you torture these animals? Don't kill them. That's Narad Muni's compassion. He for the fallen conditioned souls first of all, but also for just animals who are suffering. Then Magrari hunter said, that's for my family, don't interfere. He said, go and ask your family, are they prepared to take your karma for killing the animals? He goes home, asks his family, dear wife, will you take my karma? Wife said, no. Son, would you like to take my karma? Son said, no. Father, would you like to take my bad karma for killing animals? No. He comes back, tells Narad Muni, nobody is prepared to take my karma. I'll have to go to hell. Then what should I do? Narad Muni said, chant Hare Krishna. Become a devotee. So then one day, he leaves him. Magrari is chanting. Then he comes with Parvat Muni. One day, Narad Muni's best friend is Parvat Muni, by the way, if you want to know. Those two are together. They're friends. They came down and said, I've got a disciple, Magrari the hunter. I'll go and see him. When he goes to see Magrari, Magrari is overjoyed with his wife. They all become devotees. And they greet Narad Muni. And there are little ants along the way. And he is very careful, Magrari, not to even step on the ants. There was a day when he was killing animals without compassion. He was afraid to even kill a little ant. That's compassion, Narad Muni. A lot of compassion. So then comes Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's compassion. This is in our day and age. And by the way, if you see Srila Prabhupada, if you happen to have been born in that era, oh, you are lucky, 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 lucky. So I did see him as a child because he came to Fiji where I was born. I was 4 years old. So I have seen him. And he came to our shop, my grandmother's shop, because he was staying across the shop with the Punja's family. And he came during the day, I was told. So I would have been 4 years old and I always was looked after in that shop. So I would have been running around. But I remember Srila Prabhupada sitting in an armchair and giving a class. So my uncles and my family used to attend his class every afternoon. He gave this class in a school, the same school I studied in and then the same school I taught in later. But I remember him sitting in an armchair. So Prabhupada's compassion. Now I'm going to read a little bit about how Prabhupada was giving his compassion. Why do they even bother coming, to go through so much suffering? Because he's seeing so many of us suffering. So Krishna's compassion is unlimited. Unlimited. We might think, where is your kindness, where is your compassion? But it's been there the whole time. We just didn't know. We are too much suffering in such a suffering state that we can't see. So, what does Srila Prabhupada say? Did I go in the wrong one? Prabhupada's compassion. So let me see how he... Okay, so Srila Prabhupada, some words. I'm just going to read to you what he says. He says, I'm laboring so hard. So Prabhupada's working so hard. He says it, I'm laboring so hard that before I leave this body, I may give you some books who you can enjoy after my death. These books that we are reading, it is after his death. He gave us. So utilize it. That's what he's saying. So utilize it. Read every shlok nicely. Try to understand the meaning and discuss amongst yourselves. That's what we are doing today. Another one. I've got the clue of going back to Godhead just after leaving my present material body. Back to Godhead is a famous magazine of Srila Prabhupada. We sell it here at our bookstore. Mohan Prabhu sells it. I've seen, I think it's $4.50 or something like that, $5.50. We should all have a copy. So he says, I've got the clue of going back to Godhead just after leaving my present material body. And in order to take along with me all my contemporary men and women of the world, I have started my paper back to Godhead at one means to the way. So what Srila Prabhupada was saying is that when he leaves his body, he doesn't want to go alone. He wants to take all of us back to Godhead, back to Krishna. He doesn't want to go to Krishna alone. So in order to do that, he started the magazine, Back to Godhead. That's compassion. He was in a very old state, frail state, but he was working for us. Compassion personified. Another one. I have no objection to death. I am old man. Still, I wish to live because I want to see that the mission and the missionaries I have started may be still more stronger before I leave. So pray to Krishna for this. For us, we are sitting in the temple because of Srila Prabhupada's sacrifice and his suffering. Even when he was suffering so hard, he still did what he did for us. So I would say that his compassion is it's unmatched, actually. Srila Prabhupada's compassion. So, and then he says, I wish to leave some of my spiritual children. Who are they? Our gurus today. They are our gurus. I wish to leave some of my spiritual children who have so kindly joined me in faith and respect, so that they may work and this philosophy of Krishna consciousness may be broadcast all over the world. If you actually feel for your country, for your community, for your people, just spread this Krishna consciousness. They are dying. You spread this Krishna consciousness, they'll come again to life. And everything will actually be beautiful. That is my request. That's Prabhupada. Pushing on this movement, I had to face so many difficulties throughout since I left my home. Prabhupada left his home, his wife, his children, at a very old age to teach us the love for Krishna. He taught us about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He taught us about Lord Krishna, all the avatars of Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's compassion personified. This Krishna conscious movement is meant for taking back all the suffering of humanity, all living entities back to home, back to Godhead. This is the sum and substance of Krishna consciousness movement. There are many, many, many types of compassion that I could tell you. So that is a little bit of compassion. So how can we be compassionate? We can chant Hare Krishna. Last night a little girl asked me a question, Pari. We were chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra here, and I had Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's photo there, and she said, why are you putting this photo here? What is this? Normally I don't see it. She sees people chanting, but we don't have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there with lights flicking all around him. What is this? Why did you put this here? And I said, well, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us to chant. He told us to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And so we are chanting. But why? Well, I said, what do you think pleases Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And she said, oh, the only thing that pleases Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that we chant. And I said, that's what we are doing. We are trying to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and once you please him, everybody is pleased, everybody is happy. And Srila Prabhupada just requested us, spread Krishna conscious movement, chant. So we are doing our little bit. That's what I'm saying. So what can you do? You can also chant. You can also teach people about Krishna. Spread Krishna consciousness. Become a devotee. Why? To end your suffering. So you never have to take birth again. And you, just like Srila Prabhupada goes back to Godhead, he takes all of us with him at the end of this life. So we have to spread and be compassionate toward others. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu converted demons without bringing even a single weapon. He brought the mridanga that we play. That's from the spiritual world. The mridanga is from there. He brought the mridanga. The little boy was playing today. Thank you, Padma. It was very nicely done. So that was from the spiritual world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought the mridanga. And the Hare Krishna devotees are playing that today, even the Sankirtan movement, so that we can chant better. So thank you for listening. Does anybody have any comment or question today? Yes, ladies, yeah, of course. You can ask me if you have a question. Thank you. All right, thank you for listening. Srimad Bhagavatam Puran ki Jai. की जय।